Hello everyone. So in this video I'm going to tell you that why it is very hard for us to trust the Indian government when it comes to regulation. So you might have heard the news right now that Indian government has banned 25 applications which were showing like the adult content and like sexually explicit kind of content they were showing on their platform. So the Indian government has banned all of those 25 platforms. But I just want to give you a review about something that I feel like it is important to talk about, which is that I am not criticizing the government. But the one thing that is very, very important for us to know is that it's very hard to trust the Indian government when it comes to regulating things. So I will give you a very classic example. The Indian government, comes through election, right? Every 5 years there are elections. Last year the election happened. BJP won the election. Okay, they are in power right now. After 5 years, nobody knows if UPA will come in power or if NDA will come in power. So what happen is with the democratic government like this, if we will pass like 4 months ago, there was a bill like the media regulatory bill which was about to pass from that was it is now on a held, which was about to be passed from the Lok Sabha. It gives the government of India to ban certain content or certain apps on the platforms on the social media without any kind of interference. The drawback for that is basically what happen is that when you are having a democratic country which is ruling the country, in that case it is impossible for them to not regulate those content which is against them. So that is the drawback. That's what I'm saying. I'm not against regulating the content. The Indian government has the right to regulate the content and whatever they think it is not good for the youth of this country, and it is becoming difficult. It is becoming some sort of problem, creating a problem with the youth of this country. In that case, obviously you have the right to regulate things. But the thing is that the Indian government is a democratic government, right? And you know something, that when the democratic parties, like when the political parties come in power, they will try their best, and anything is possible to create an environment on the social media which does not burst their own bubble of anti party content, like the content which is being made against them. It is a unhidden truth. Like if we will give the Indian government the power to regulate things on their own, it's like the unhidden truth that it is impossible for them to not regulate that content which is against them. So that is the reason why the Indian government should not, at least at this stage, should not have the right to regulate the apps or the content on the social media by their own will, because it we don't trust them. We can't trust the Indian government to ban. Okay, there are certain application which is a cause for national security, like a threat to a national security, then you can do it. Absolutely, it happened with TikTok. Millions of the personal data of the Indians were being breached by some Chinese based fraudster, whatever it was. So they banned TikTok, which was acceptable. But in case of the national media, like the social media, the creators, for them to basically trust the government to not ban these the content, to regulate the content and social media, I don't think I can trust that category, because they will try their best to create an environment where basically there is no one who is talking against them on the social media, because it impacts their it impacts their election result. That is the reason why we can't trust the Indian governments when it comes to regulating the social media content. I hope I made sense, and thank you so much. I will try to explain it in further videos, that what is the reason for that.